stream. Then click on it until it starts playing so you can see that we're like live. And then
I can see. Oh, yeah, log me
yeah, man, there's so much stuff I still have to learn when it comes to doing this streaming, but I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna become a streaming expert.
You're pretty good at it, but honestly, I think if I did something like music, it's easier to, I feel like, retain more attention if you're doing something like music. Because I'm a comedian, so like...
What do you mean?
If you don't say something interesting,
you get bored?
Comedian, people will just click right off. But if you're just making music, like trance music, people have that on in the background.
Yeah, it's true. I'm sure that once we get streamlined at doing these kind of podcasts and stuff, that we can make like interesting conversation and have some funny jokes, and
yeah, I don't
people
know,
would want to chill and they'd come and say hi and stuff. Eventually, but it takes a while. You have to build up to it, man. Do it for at least a year and then evaluate and see if you have something. And if you have something, keep doing it. And if it's like a bunch of bullshit, then you stop doing it.
All I see right now is like a bunch of. I've gone really far into the replies to Elon Musk kind of thread, and it's a bunch of like memes with a dog face and like rockets going to the moon and like.
Yeah. It's. I mean, people laugh about it, but man, there are some. These people are getting. A lot of these people are getting scammed, man.
There's a headline that says, so Elon Musk said, "Please invest in Dogecoin, or please invest in cryptocurrency, but do it with caution." So somebody highlighted, please invest in Bitcoin, and then it said like crossed out, but yeah. So hold on.
They crossed out caution.
Let's see. Yeah. It says cryptocurrency is promising, but please invest with caution. So they highlighted cryptocurrency is promising, please invest. Crossed out, but with caution. Stuff like I don't even know, like this. Apparently, this dog face, I don't know what this dog face is, but it's being used in a whole bunch of memes.
That's the whole case. So do you know what Dogecoin is? Dogecoin is a copy of the Bitcoin code with some minimal changes and that dog slapped upon it.
Oh.
And so these were two programmers. They went to have a beer in 2014, right when a whole bunch of people, first there was only Bitcoin, and then people made just copies from Bitcoin, right? Okay. They could have value, but since we started with Bitcoin, why would we create the exact same thing again? That seems pretty scammy to me, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, Palmer was his name, he was having a beer with a friend. He said, there are so many idiots, this was 2014, he said, there are so many idiots, I bet if I create a cryptocurrency, if I make a copy of Bitcoin and I slap a silly dog on it, it will sell.
Yeah.
He was right.
Mm.
So the whole reason the whole reason Dogecoin was invented was because of kind of a bet between him and his friend. His friend said, no, you're never going to sell a single Dogecoin. He said, you watch me do it. And, Dogecoin was started pretty fairly because it's a copy of Bitcoin. It means that you start with mining, right? So you have to have your computer, look for these random numbers. And if you get lucky, you get a Dogecoin reward, right? So that's how it started off. So, but there's also cryptocurrencies where somebody creates them and they themselves end up with all the supply. They start out with 100% of their own supply.
Yeah.
So if you buy that from them, you're buying something that has no value whatsoever, and they're just getting free money, and you're getting nada.
Yeah.
So there's a huge difference between these two. Yeah. So now, in 2015, Bitcoin got sabotaged. So now the copy of Bitcoin, Dogecoin, actually works better at the moment than Bitcoin because
it has a dog on it.
And it has a dog on it. And so the Bitcoin core community, these are people that call themselves maximalists.
Yeah.
The Bitcoin maximalists are people that go like, I have Bitcoin and you have shitcoins. And we are the only ones with value. You guys are all idiots. You have the shitcoins. We are. But those people are being made fun of by everybody else because they have a very toxic culture of you guys are all idiots and you guys are all wrong.
Yeah.
And we have Bitcoin. That's the only thing that has value. And, you know, for a while, it kind of made sense to think that way because in the beginning it was just Bitcoin and then a whole bunch of scammers came. They made copies of Bitcoin that just try to, you know, get people to give them the Bitcoins.
Yeah.
Right? But Ethereum showed up and Ethereum did something that Bitcoin cannot do. So that has value. It does something Bitcoin cannot do. So that has value. Then Monero showed up. Monero does something that Bitcoin cannot do. So that has value.
Okay.
Then in 2015, Bitcoin got sabotaged. So in 2018, it split into 2 Bitcoins. So now you have Bitcoin Cash, which is kind of the original Bitcoin, and you have Bitcoin Core, which is whatever they're doing. So
many different coins.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm so famous.
You're so famous.
Domino's Pizza, how can I help you? Yeah, I can stuff it with whatever you like. Nice. Would you like peanut butter on your pizza or Yeah. Oh, it's good for you. Yeah, your dog will love it. Yeah. I'm just hanging out doing a podcast with my buddy here. We're doing a weird live stream. It's all good. I'll be back home eventually. I'm just hanging out for a bit and.
Yeah, just to go to your Facebook page,
Oh, it's
they
all
can watch the
good.
one.
Yeah, we're just hanging out. It was raining at my place, so we decided to do it over here instead.
Yeah, you're lucky these things are not made of wood, or I would have accidentally burned them.
Yeah, we're live, so you can. Are we
Facebook.
streaming on this?
We're streaming on YouTube.
Swearing on this stream?
Are we swearing on the stream? No.
Okay, let's.
We're trying not to.
Okay, we'll try not to. We're gonna keep it kind of, but yeah, we're just. I don't know.
It's
we're
most
talking
definitely
about-
Doge friendly.
We're talking about like Bitcoins and just chatting.
Just chatting.
Oh, I don't know. You're live. Like I'm telling people how bad of a human you are, and that people should not visit. I'm just kidding. No, check out my friend Lawrence Cardinal if you're in Red Deer at EPSS. You know, should check out Shed Talks. What else can I promote? He's selling one of his children. I don't know. What's that? Two of them. 2 for 1? You get to pick. Oh, what a good deal. Okay, can I buy them with cryptocurrency? Like, can I buy your children with crypto? Or, I don't... I don't know which one do you feel like has the most value. I'm just kidding. I'm bugging you. Sorry, man. I'm just hanging out. So I'll give you a call a bit later. Okay. All right. Talk to you in a bit. That's my other buddy. We're working on the hockey stuff together.
Oh yeah, the hockey podcast, eh?
Yeah, well, yeah. Over the last I just kind of started to, with having my disability and stuff, I'm just trying to create something where people will invest in me and my, basically I want to create something and...
Why don't you create a token that you can just sell to your friends and family as a way of raising money?
Yeah, well, the thing is, because, you go for like a job interview and you got to convince the employer or whatever that you fit their mold kind of thing. And I don't want to, tired of having to convince employers that I can do, use a microwave and do basic day-to-day stuff. So I'd rather just, do my media and my art stuff and then have businesses support me, and then hopefully be able to pay the bills that way. But we'll see how it all goes. You're doing some research?
No, I'm just like spamming my link everywhere.
Oh yeah, I gotta share it too.
Yeah, go ahead and share it on your. You should be able to embed this
think I
directly
should.
on your. But you have to. It's a live stream. You have to find the live stream on Facebook and then share it onto your own page directly, because then people that go to your page will see it there.
Let's see here. Cool. Let's see. Oh, I got people. What? You need to see this. Donnie's bar mitzvah. All the posts are rapping movie reviews. The micro trailers that rejected from. It's just. And rabbis react. This is my favorite marketing of anything in a long time. Keep going through the clips and the stuff. There's so much gold. Jason, that's funny. So some sort of fun, like made up. That's funny. Let's see what I can do. I gotta find your thing. Go to your page. Profile.
Hey, we got a viewer. We got at least one person.
Hey viewer, how's your day going? How's life? I just shared it on my page.
Nice.
Kinda cool.
Cool. Yeah, this is gonna be chill. I have never really been directly into just chatting category. So yeah, we better make it interesting now for people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm actually a comedian. Well, kind of. When there's not a global pandemic going on, I try to make jokes. And
when there's not a.
And,
is that how all comedians are going to get bankrupt? Do you think that somebody really hates comedians and have like engineered this virus just to get rid of all the comedians?
Well, they do try to. There's a lot of censorship out there.
Oh, that's definitely
a lot of people getting canceled, and Caniac is a supporter of.
COVID is cancel culture too. It just cancels some boomers.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy. I don't know, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what I know. For example, like that. I think the thing is, I have some jokes and things I've written since this whole pandemic started that I'd like to try on stage. But also, I know that I think people are going to be tired of hearing about COVID and the whole thing after things get back to normal.
Right.
So I feel like it'll just. We'll have to wait and see what the world is like after, because you don't want to be talking about COVID in your comedy set too much. I don't think, because people want a distraction from all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we're going to talk about probably talk about
or
maybe I'll talk about crypto or I have no idea. I like talking about weird, obscure stuff. So I wrote a lot about like bowling. What else did I write about? I got a lot of stuff in my. Let me scroll through my phone and see what else I got for ideas.
Yeah. Just share like a good joke that you've been working on. See if it lands on me.
Let's see.
You must have written some new material. I'm gonna grab myself a drink. I'll be right back. And by a drink, I
wrote this whole idea about how I don't understand the concept of nicknames, but because this might be funny because I feel like my name in Dutch is spelled Niek, which is the way you normally spell it in Holland.
Yeah.
But everybody always spells it wrong.
but they spell it Nick, right?
Yeah, so I feel like my name is Nick, but is there a point of having a nickname if my name's already Nick? You know what I mean? So I'm just like...
You literally have a nickname.
So I think how it happened is that my I think what happened, because I was born like prematurely, so my parents must not have been expecting it. So when I was born,
They didn't
the
have a name
doctor
ready.
must have been like, "What do you want to name him?" And my dad must have been like, "Oh, I don't know, just name him Nick or something like that." So then the doctor was like, "Oh, you mean like Nick?" And my dad was like, "Oh no, I'd like to buy a vowel." so yeah, I don't know, something like that, and so I wrote down. So then the doctor was like, "So you want to name him like, no? So you want like no C? You just want to name like Nek? Neck? Like what?" And it's like there's clearly nothing wrong with his neck. Like the rest of his, because I walk weird. So
That's a really good joke.
That's kind of fun.
That's an amazing joke, man. If you throw that in there,
yeah.
you're just telling the story, and then randomly your dad says, "Can I buy a vowel?" That's hilarious, man. That's a really funny joke.
So, and I think I wrote this joke. I had this joke before, but I wrote it down differently.
This one's gonna stick with me for a while. And that came out of nowhere.
Something about how I fell yesterday, and nobody should be worried because I brought down the swelling by using a frozen can of juice, and it brought some Kool-Aid. Yeah,
Some Kool-Aid.
yeah. Let's see. That's the story there. Nicknames.
Hey, we got 3 people watching.
Beer league.
Keep it up.
Beer league wheelchair basketball. Because I played a lot of wheelchair. Okay, yeah.
You actually play wheelchair basketball?
I played wheelchair basketball. So maybe I could tell this story, and then these people on the chat can help me to figure out what parts of the story are funniest. Because I played wheelchair basketball, right? So basically, the only difference between like able-bodied basketball and wheelchair basketball is there's a lot more like. It's a bit of a slower game, and it's much more like positional, and
but the rest is the same.
But it's like basically, and there's like
you don't see a lot of people dunk though.
No, obviously people don't dunk, and it's basically like so how it works is it works based on like a scoring system. So there's basically you can only have up to
it's Senna. Welcome. You can also read the chat from there. He's from Belgium.
So based on your like if you have really good mobility, you're rated a 5. So that means if you're like yourself, like if you can move around without a lot of difficulty, you get rated a 5.
Right.
So for me, I'm rated like a 1 or like a half point because I don't have as much mobility, which means I'm a bit slower.
Does that mean when you score, you get more points?
No, not necessarily. It just means that like so. Because there can only be 15 points on the court at the same time, you can't have.
That's how it's divided, right?
So you can't you could have like 3 people that have
a 5. Yeah.
You have to have I think five guys on the floor. So that means you have to have some players that are not as mobile, but it doesn't mean that like they're not as good. It just means that like obviously I don't move.
What's
as
the lowest score? A half?
So I have
1.
I guess 1 would be probably the lowest.
Couldn't you just throw 10 people that are 1 that are just supposed to obstruct everybody else, and then just like have one guy that's a little mobile score all the points? No.
Yeah, basically that's what happens. That's
often?
Kind of what happens.
That's a strategy.
You could get like somebody that's really good and really mobile, and like so for me as a player, I just kind of created. If I can create space for the person that's really good to get closer to the net.
That's horrible, man.
That's kind of what
you'd have your teammate be like, well, Steven, you're really good at shooting, and so we're going to put you in the team. And Mark, you're really good at getting in the way, so we're going to use that too.
Well, that's basically what I do. Is I just created space for like I was just like trying to block out other people so that the people that are good can get closer to the net, right? And I think I I was better at wheelchair basketball than I was at hockey because, like, man, I'll tell you, I played in several different tournaments, but I got one basket in a tournament, and I like lost my because nobody ever protected me because they figured, if he gets a shot in the basket, whatever, he won't get it anywhere close. Okay. He's not going to score it. He's not a threat. I would always just go crazy, I remember, so when I scored, the entire team went like crazy, and I was like, yeah! And I looked at the other coach, and he was like, you're not going to protect me, I'm going to do this all day! And like, because it was crazy, I had this, because I have a lower score, and I'm not as fast, they put like their least experienced player on me, which was like this, she was like maybe 12, I think.
Okay.
And so the tactic they use, because I should put this into perspective. So we're a team from Lethbridge, which is a bit of a smaller city, but so we had like, I think we had roughly about 10 players. So or maybe like 7 or 8. So we have enough to put, a team together and play. But this team from Calgary had probably 15 players or so, or more. So they can shift on and off a lot more. And we just play a lot. Because we only have 8 players, so you have to have 5 on at the same time. Means you don't get as much of a break, and you just got to play the entire time. So, but
are we talking basketball or hockey now?
No, this is basketball. So basketball. But whenever we played, it was always on a weekend. So we play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Right. So I think it was usually especially like Saturday going into Sunday, we all because we did it mostly for fun, and the other teams were more like somewhat professional or practiced a lot. Right. We just the reason why it was fun is because every night after we played our games, whatever, we'd get drunk in the hotel room. So Sunday, we usually had early morning games, and we play with we're playing teams that have way more players and are much better at playing than us, and I'm playing with a hangover, and everybody on our team is, and so the tactic this team. So they had this, you have to call whichever number of the person you're covering. So the entire time, say I'm wearing the jersey number 7. So she goes, I got 7, I got 7, I got 7 for I swear, how long is the game? Probably an hour and a half. Okay. I don't know how long you could physically, I got set, the entire time. Right. So they're just screaming my number in my face to me.
The entire time.
So then I'm like, what do you got? What's your number? And I'm so I started just I started yelling random numbers back at her, and she's 7 years old, and I just kind of
she was 7.
I don't know. It was she. I don't know if she was 7, but probably 12.
Yeah. And how old were you at the time?
I was probably 20. I just I don't know.
That's kind of a funny dynamic.
I don't know. She just got under my skin, I guess. I was a very, I'm more of a, I like to get the team going, and, I'm very, I have a lot of energy, but in terms of, impact on the actual court, I don't know how good I am at, I'm more of an agitator, I guess. So, what else did I write then?
Okay, I send out some more links to people. See if anybody we know shows up in chat.
Yeah,
It's quite cool how we met the first time, because I don't think we ever met, not even online, I think, and you just randomly popped up on my Twitch stream, right?
Well, yeah, I think we also kind of met a little bit through the hub.
Yeah, but did we ever meet directly in the hub?
Well, we chatted before, at the hub, I remember, but I don't remember.
I can't even remember that anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I probably just saw your podcast. I think I just popped into your stream, and I remember, I think you made a song involving Say Hi to Nick or something like that. It was pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
I had my moments there. I don't always have my moments. Why did I miss that? I don't see that chat in my chat. What was the question? You know me? He doesn't, but I do.
What's that?
Oh, I'm just talking to to my friend from Belgium, Senna, who was watching. Who is watching?
I wrote a lot about how soup is a very crappy. I think because soup is overrated.
Soup is overrated.
Like because thing is, some people have like soup for dinner, but even like as an appetizer, soup is just like is the first thing you eat, which is kind of a crappy first impression.
It's
like
first impression of your food.
Yeah, it's like
just throw it in water.
Yeah. What else did I had some more. I don't know. What did I make? Because like soup is this like kind of it thinks it's better than everything else because they have like a soup of the day, you know.
Right. And like, you don't have like a steak of the day.
There's no other like food that has like its own day.
Yes, we will, Senna. Yes, definitely. Just try to get some of that Bitcoin Cash and try to save it up. And keep spending or placing it. That's the way to go. That's how we have potential to change the world a little bit.
I guess there's this idea of like, you know how with, I guess, the current pandemic, everybody's like, well, at least when this first started, there was a lot of like, people that work at like fast food restaurants or people that are healthcare workers, that they're all like heroes because they're doing. So the thing, I think this whole pandemic made me realize that I really want to be a comedian, but I also really want to get a part-time job working at a liquor store because not only can I still make jokes then, but I can also be a hero because the liquor stores are always busy, and you know what I mean. Like it's an essential need. So so I should start.
It definitely is here in Alberta.
Yeah. So basically, like I'm gonna start my own liquor store. Called Wobbly Legs Liquor.
Wobbly Legs Liquor.
And then and next week I'm starting a delivery service. Let's see. Yeah.
You know that song da 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 hero? You remember that one? I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
Like are you talking about the new like Weezer song?
Is it a Weezer song?
I don't know. There's one called Hero. Would it get us copyrighted if we played part of a song?
No, on Twitch you can get away with that. I've done that plenty, and I haven't gotten on Facebook we might get muted after the stream is over. So, but who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna swear. Weezer.
I don't know. I have a bunch of
Weezer Hero. Let's see. Maybe it's this one.
Oh, I got more.
Is it this one? Let's see. I don't think it's that one. But anyway, would it not? It would kind of be like if you make like a video clip where the theme is that you have this liquor store and it's called Wobbly Legs Liquor, and you have this song overlaying, singing about how you're a hero because you're providing this awesome service, and then of course it shows all these intermediate clips of people going outside completely getting hammered, getting run over on the roads, being horrible dads and moms to their children, while like this team is playing how you're like a hero. That would make a funny video clip.
Well, the idea was like, because I always get pulled over, and when I get pulled over because of I always get asked if I've been drinking. Of course, I guess a lot of police officers are, but it's like because, and then I would be like, no, like I'm not drinking, and then they'd be like, what do you? So I'm coming home from work, right? And they'd be like, oh, where do you work? And I'd be like, oh, the liquor store. And then be like, well, what are you, some kind of comedian? I'd be like, oh yeah, yeah, like here's a ticket to my show. So that kind of idea.
They're really strict with like. They have a double standard on the road, right?
Right.
So, like, if I have my phone like this, they're gonna pull me over and they're gonna give me a fine.
Yeah.
But if I go through McDonald's and I have my whole meal on my lap,
yeah,
and I put a Big Mac on my ear, they leave me alone, right?
Well, you'll still probably get pulled over.
So you know what you need in your car? Everybody needs to have a can of SpaghettiOs in the driver dashboard.
Okay.
When you see police officers, you grab the can of SpaghettiO and you put it next to your ear.
Yeah.
They pull you over, and they're like, "Sir, by now you must know it's illegal to drive and talk on the phone like this."
Yeah.
And just be like, "I'm not on the phone. Oh, what's that in your hand then?" "Oh, well, this is a can of SpaghettiOs."
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, "Why are you holding a can of SpaghettiOs to your ear?" And you're just like, "Okay, telephone's not allowed now, is it?"
Yeah. What did I have right?
That was a joke that I stole from a Dutch comedian who was able to tell it a little bit better than I just did.
Yeah. I don't know what. I'm trying to see. I got a lot of weird random notes, and some of my stuff is like, oh, I think this is going to be hilarious, and then it's like, I read it later on when I wake up again, and it's like, oh, it wasn't really that fun.
I the joke to be hilarious. Okay, thank you.
What's that?
The chat.
Oh, nice.
You gotta, like, that's why you have to have,
Yeah.
you have to use your laptop and you have to lay your phone next to you and have your phone open on the Twitch, because then you can interact.
Yes.
You can interact with the chat, like how am I doing?
Let's do that here.
You're
Sorry,
missing
guys.
all that.
I'm slow.
Can you read the screen from here? Because it's also on my screen.
Oh.
I don't know if you can read it.
Let's see. I got the chat open.
Yeah, and then just lay your phone just like there, like how I have it. And when I type in test and I press enter, don't you see that show up now?
Yeah, now I do.
Okay, and then just lay it next to you. And then if somebody and just keep on the chat, and use your laptop for looking up stuff. And then you can always directly react to chat and stuff.
I don't know, I have more like comedy stuff. It's weird, right? Because everybody always asks, oh, okay, fine, tell me some jokes. And it's like, okay, but I don't have, like, this isn't a stage. I don't have a microphone.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be kind
true.
of like in that environment. Plus,
Well, I could like mimic an audience. I could have like a little button that, if I press it, it makes noise, applause, laughter, or like booing you.
That's cool, yeah.
And just pretend that you're in front of a big stage. You have an audience because there's 3 people watching right now.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it too is like, I realize how much of my comedy is physical because I always like start off by like, I'd say like I'm from Red Deer, and as you guys can guess, because I like that's a pretty long walk. Usually I do comedy in like Calgary or Edmonton, so I make fun of like how that's a long walk for me, and but like, and I need more comfortable shoes to get to all the shows because like going to all these places, and the memory foam in the shoes, like what I realized is the men's shoes don't have enough support for my feet, so I have to buy these women's shoes which have like pink insoles in them, and I always stare down at the insoles, and then the insole one side in English says memory foam, and the other side is in French and says Memoire Douche. And I just think it's really harsh for my shoes to start calling me a douchebag at 6:30 in the morning. I already managed to put on my shoes by like 10:30, so I figure that's a pretty good success. No need to call me.
No need to call.
There's a mosquito in my room. It was Harry. Says there's a mosquito in the room. Oh, man, that sucks.
The mosquitoes, they're kind of like the Klingons of, like they can go into stealth mode, right? Because like a mosquito, you only see them fly around when the light's properly, right? But
Yes.
when the light's not properly, they just disappear, and you're tracking them in the room, and suddenly they become invisible,
Oh yeah.
right?
But it sucks if you have like a mosquito in your room. Like I had a couple times where like it's like then like you can't fall asleep, and then you're like the mosquito like the
Wants to
mosquito
land on you.
always wants to like bite you on like the
Right on
inside
the ear.
of the ear
Yeah.
or something, and it's like
And they're also kind of like little suicide bombers, because like, sure, you can kill them, but then you have to deal with this huge blood splat on your like on the side of your room, right?
yeah.
It's like,
Well, I have some stuff of my comedy on like
Mosquitoes?
YouTube if anybody wants to check it out. I have a YouTube channel. I have like 30 subscribers. It's kind of a big deal. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not as popular as Elon Musk.
really
on Twitter.
hard getting YouTube subscribers.
It
Like
is,
I've had a YouTube channel for 10 years now, and I only have like maybe 550 subscribers so far. I used to get paid by YouTube, and then they changed the rules on me. They were like, "All right, Matthias, you need 1,000 now, or you
Yeah.
won't get shit."
Yeah.
So as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers and people watch enough hours, then I get like this payment over the last 3 years
So
from YouTube.
it was Harry says he used to burn mosquitoes alive.
Yeah, I do that too. You just use like an axe. That's a good way of
Is
killing.
that why the
If you
lighter
can't-
ran out earlier?
Yeah, maybe. If you can't see them, you can just like spray
Oh,
all
It's
around.
almost like a flamethrower.
And the thing is, like, everything in your room will catch on fire slower than the wings of a mosquito. That's the first thing that burns away.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to have like your carpet be lit on fire, you have to like aim at it and put it on fire for quite a while before it catches on.
Yeah.
But like insects, their wings, they burn up just like that. It's a very effective way of getting all the insects.
Yeah. I don't know how many people here are from like Alberta or whatever.
Nobody from Alberta has showed up so
Or
far.
like Canada in general, but there's all these restrictions, and it kind of makes me sad, of course, because it's nice that like
We are exactly 2 meters apart. We have
they're all
measured
like
it. Like this would be illegal,
Yeah.
but this is still legal.
lean back, you criminal! You gotta lean back. You're like, just kidding. I'm bugging, of course. But you should call the cops if you lean too far forward. But I was gonna say that
There's like a little robot that slaps you around.
well, you know, especially in the winter, the government has been like heavily promoting just like getting outside, and especially like skating. And
Skating?
yeah, it's really nice of the government to. I've been working on my triple axle, my skating a lot recently. So that's what. That's thankfully with the skating it's been nice to allow me to focus on the real things that matter. Because you should like with all the things that should be canceled. It's been really tough because, of course, like I'm a big skating guy. I skate lots, and then I used to the government specifically said no more darts, which is a big deal for me because as a comedian I haggle a lot of other comedians, play a lot of pool and darts, and then I have to bet other comedians. I'm like, obviously like a lot of comedians make like on a good night we make like $50 per show, so
Right.
I always I always bet comedians whatever they're making on that particular night, right? I used to just like bet people that I could beat them in pool or darts, but
Okay.
now all that's canceled, so it's
You make less money now.
really affecting my ability to perform stand-up here. So
Well, you would think that now that stand-up is no longer possible, you would have an edge.
yeah.
Since you should be better at sit-down
See,
comedy.
what I wrote also is, the thing is now, it's been so long that I've done stand-up.
Now
it's like, it's like I'm gonna have to relearn how to do it. So
But
it's
it's
like
stand up.
it's like learning how to walk all over again. And you know, it's nice because at least we can get outside and do a lot of bike riding and skating and
Ouch! I'm dropping my phone on the floor.
Yoga still allowed.
Oh man, I broke more of my glass again. Holy smokes! Look at it now.
Did it break just now?
Yeah, I broke more of it.
Ah.
Harry says that he used to have a fireplace, but he misses it a lot. Yeah, man, fireplaces are nice, man.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab. You want some water as well?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw.
Oh, sorry. It was Harry says, I am a comedian. Oh, I'm a Canadian. Okay. Those are kind of the similar things. It's funny. I think that's probably like the third or fourth time that Matthias was almost tripped on.
Times now. I've tripped on there like 5 times now.
It's bad though because my foot reaction time isn't as fast. So, so how's everybody doing? I'm having a pretty good evening, I guess. We're just hanging out, relaxing, enjoying the fire. You know, hanging out, chilling, relaxing outside the school, playing some. Isn't that what it is? Chilling, relaxing, acting all cool, playing some b-ball outside the school. I don't know the full theme song, but man, that's people keep telling me I should watch The Fresh Prince, but I don't know. I been watching The Office a lot lately, and I've been getting into Prison Break. So that's the 2 shows I've been kind of like alternating as my binge watching. Kind of. I try to watch some stuff on Netflix, but yeah, and then trying to work on podcasts and stuff. But yeah, with these restrictions, everything's kind of like limited right now, and yeah, but it's been pretty decent. How is everybody else doing? Well, let's see if somebody else. Well, I'm doing decent. The Walking Dead is pretty good. I agree. It was Harry. The Walking Dead is pretty good. To be honest with you, I haven't watched much Walking Dead since I think season 5 or season 6. Thank you.
That might be a little strong or not. I don't know.
Oh.
It's water with no color.
That's a lot of vodka in there. I'm just yeah, The Walking Dead is pretty good. I haven't watched. Actually, that's something I should mention. That's what I was thinking of yesterday. So a friend and I were just like video chatting yesterday, and I was talking about how like. So I've gone to a couple of like casting calls for like to be an extra in like, you know, movies or TV shows or whatever, and especially because now like a lot of production companies are looking to be more diverse and diversify all that sort of stuff. So I went to like a casting call for this show called Pipe Nation, which is
Pipe Nation?
It was a TV show, or it is a TV show specifically about oil field workers.
Okay.
In Alberta.
What role were you gonna play?
Well, basically, I don't know. It's just supposed to be like a background actor, so I guess some sort of like oil worker. But I guess I don't really look. Obviously, I don't really look like an oil field worker since I'm like, I don't know. What would you say? Probably like 95 pounds and with crutches and whatever. But I think I would make a great rig hand number 2 or something like that. That's really the thing I wanted to be. But then I was thinking, like, that's what I was talking to my friend about, is we were talking about being extras and a bunch of stuff, and I messaged a friend yesterday about what kind of, like, should I look into getting an agent just so I get some more opportunities. Because really, I think my goal, as far as, like, acting, and I want to be, like, an extra in The Walking Dead. I want to be like, because I heard there's like training for when they do the actual filming. Like they have training for how to do the zombie walk. And I know I don't walk great, but I feel like I could be a pretty great zombie just by walking the way I normally walk. And I would probably fall and be, so that's what my goal would be. I don't know if
you could be a really skinny, almost starving zombie that has not had any brains to eat so far, and you could just be like, brains, please,
it was
brains. Please give me some brains.
Like I don't know if the Walking Dead is still going. It was Harry, and I don't know. I think is it U.S. based, but I think that would be my goal.
Yeah, it was US based.
Is to be to go on to some sort of zombie apocalyptic type show and be either like one of the guys trying to survive or be an extra zombie. But because I don't know. I think it would be cool if, for example, a character like me actually survived the apocalypse, because I don't know if I ever told you this story, and I tried to tell it on stage. I don't think I've successfully done it, but
okay.
So when you know how they have the Facebook polls and stuff like that. I took like a Facebook poll, and it said I was 99% likely to survive a zombie apocalypse, because I'm really into, like, at that time in particular, I was really into, like, obviously, like The Walking Dead and Shaun of the Dead.
Did you read World War Z?
I didn't read it. Actually, like honestly, I'm not a huge reader. I should probably get more into reading. I think the last books it took me about like 5 or so tries to get through like the last Harry Potter book, because especially once you get into the longer ones, it takes a long time for it to get going, I find. But
how would you survive a zombie apocalypse? It was Harry. What would be your strategy?
I would be a kick-ass survivor. No, I just think like it would be cool to like, because it was like, I think the joke basically is that it was like 99%, because of the way I answered this quiz. It said I was 99% likely to survive a zombie apocalypse, and I was like, I think there's something that the survey is not taking into account that they didn't ask me about, right?
Hey, but like maybe you could the only thing you have to do when this zombie so in movies zombies are always portrayed like, I don't believe in fast zombies. I only believe in slow zombies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
zombies should be slow, but they're unstoppable because there's 10,000 of them, right?
I have seen a movie though where there are different zombies that are like pretty fast.
All right, but they shouldn't be fast. Like zombies should always be slow. Like you're supposed to, if it's just one zombie, you're supposed to easily run circles around him. He's low on energy, and they're walking slow. It's just that it's 10,000 of them walking slow, and they're gonna overrun you.
Maybe that's what I should do though, because I don't have I have an actual like acting resume, and I have some stuff I've been in. I have some stuff on YouTube, but maybe I should do a self tape of me as a zombie. Maybe that would convince some people, because there is a lot of zombie and apocalypse type shows out there, and I feel like it would just be a good underdog story for me to be like on some type of like, or like a natural disaster type thing. I was thinking, I was talking to my friend, like, you remember like this whole pandemic situation basically started because some guy at a basketball game sneezed, and now the world is like shut down. So once this gets back to normal, like it's taken us basically 2 years to figure out how to recover from a sneeze. So what happens if something like really
really bad happens? So Harry's saying that he would go chop wood when the coast is clear, and you make a huge treehouse with one entrance only. That you only have to protect that, and then he can just make a treehouse really big in the air. That was actually a valid strategy in World War Z. Like World War Z is a pretty realistic book about zombies, and zombies are not good at climbing ladders, so he would be pretty safe.
You know what though? There are like
he would also be safe from Niek. I doubt he'd be able to climb a ladder.
Rope ladders. Rope ladders
they defeat you entirely, eh?
Yeah, actually, that's one joke I tell on stage is like, I always talk about like, the kind of questions I've been asked at like job interviews, like, And I remember I can tell this story because I've told it on stage before.
Right.
It's like I went in for a job interview at like Walmart, and this is like probably 2016 or so. And they have, I don't know if you like, so I tried to hand in my resume physically, and then they were like, oh, no, you have to apply online. So I applied online, and the position was called like customer service representative.
Okay.
So I figured it was something like at the customer service, like, you know, when you return your stuff, you know, that kind of thing. So some interaction with people. Turns out it was just basically like a overnight stocking position. But basically, I feel like I did really good. And I had like a whole pre-screening process. And she was like, so, like, what would you do if you're working at the till and somebody drops a jar of salsa? Like, my actual answer was like, I don't know, probably like, because she's like, and people are getting restless because there's a big lineup. What would you do? And I was like, I don't know, probably like call a couple other employees and like just try and get it dealt with as soon as possible and ask them to move to a different till, spread them around, you know, whatever. And I was like, but in my actual set, I'm like, I don't know, just like get a bag of chips and get a couple other people and, you know, start eating, because probably like that's the fastest way we're going to clean it up. And I'm guessing that if I start cleaning up your chips and salsa, that Walmart insurance is probably not high enough to cover that if I get injured. So, you know, obviously, well, I did get a second interview, but the last question she asked me in the interview was, how were you with ladders? And in reality, I didn't know what to say at the time, but in the comedy, I say, you know, like, oh, look at my resume. You know, I'm great with ladders. In fact, if you look at my resume, you'd see that I'm the Central Alberta 2021 Snakes and Ladders champion. So before you judge my abilities, you should just look at my resume, right? And because, like, yeah, I got asked, like, if I can work a microwave. And, like, of course I can work a microwave. I could fix your damn microwave, you know what I mean? So there's, like, some stuff like that that's just kind of weird. Oh, it was Harry says, zombies are not good at climbing ladders, so I would be pretty safe. Well...
Yeah, I talked about, he typed that in like 5 minutes.
But do you think that, like, zombies, don't you think that the zombie intelligence improves over time? So, like, they may be, like, not as good at climbing the ladders, but eventually they would get the hang of it.
I think that all you gotta do when the zombies come is just be like, oh, I just bought some Dogecoin, because they're looking for guys with brains.
You gotta put it, yeah, that's, but also, you gotta put up a sign that says, please do not climb the ladder or whatever. Just be nice to the zombies.
But
and they'll be
all
like,
you
whatever.
gotta do is, you know, just as soon as you see the zombies come around the corner, you just throw those things away. And you just, like, put your hands like this and move along with them, and they'll probably get away with being they think you'd be one of them.
Either that or...
You'd have the shuffle down.
I wanted to be... have you ever seen the show Cops or any of the, like, the live
But I know
chase
about
shows?
it, but I've never seen
kind of the idea, right?
Right.
So basically, like, I just want to be on that show, but I don't really think I'll be on that show, because, like, whenever I see those shows, it's always like the person's always on, like, a high speed foot chase or something like that, and they always, like, hop fences, and, like, I don't think I'll be hopping any fences anytime soon. So you know, I think I would, if I was on Cops, it'd be like, oh, he got away on foot, and then they would start, and then be like, oh, never mind, he tripped on a rock, so we got him. You know, like, so it'd be the shortest, it'd be the most effective low speed chase ever in Cops history. So that's why I think I should be on that show.
We should start talking a little bit about crypto.
Crypto, yeah, we could. Definitely.
There's a lot of crazy stuff has happened, like yesterday, the day before, especially Elon manipulating the markets.
Yeah, we were talking about, I don't know, like, talking about that guy who's going to buy the 111 Teslas.
Oh yeah, no, he's a guy.
If anybody wants to buy a Tesla with crypto,
he's a guy from the Bitcoin Cash community. and he's pretty good. He has this website like 1 Millionaire or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much about him, but I think he's pretty legit. I don't know.
He has a big.
Most of these people already were rich before they got into Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash just made them even richer. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's posted. And we could put that video on actually.
Well, you know, I don't mean to brag or anything, but let me check on my, because we've done a couple of the, you know, helped with a few other streams, and then
Final offer. Elon Musk dumps final offer from onefirstmill.com.
Okay, so
this guy, right? That's the video you watched,
I think
right?
so. So I'll tell you. So the I'm very new into Bitcoin, as you know, and so the two payments I've received were, of course, from you, and I think.
Do you still have the app on your phone?
Oh yeah, I know.
Is there money in it?
Oh yeah, but I'll hold 1 second. So I just want to see if I can see where my last where the transactions were. I'm trying to see if I. That's just an update. But basically, I think I got about $18 worth of.
I should totally get. Let me just hook up my. Let me hook up my screen here. That would be a better way of.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, I think.
I keep forgetting about you.
I think I got like about $18 worth of crypto, and then now it's $36. $36 worth.
Nice. And is that in US or in Canadian right now?
I don't know, to be honest. I wonder if
Why didn't I think about this before?
so 15. So $16 basically. $16 worth of transactions. That's turned into $36 since the March 8th.
Nice.
So, what is that, like a couple of months? March, April?
I just hook up the screen actually.
I mean, for me, like...
And then we could, we could watch the screen actually. I wonder if maybe I should...
Let's see. I'm going to go back to the stream in case Harry is chatting with us again.
Should have done that from the get-go.
Also,
There we go. This is probably going to be
dried mashed potato flakes, which can last.
All right.
Which can
We have
last
some
up
more
to 20
people
plus
join
years.
us. Welcome everybody.
So I can make mashed potatoes
It's
with
Thursday,
water.
and we're talking about Elon Musk mainly.
That's a good idea. Mashed potatoes are like one of my favorite foods, so that would be really. He says, you can get dried mashed potato flakes, and then add water,
what?
and it lasts up to 20 plus years.
Mashed
So-
potatoes.
That's what he would do: is get dried mashed potato flakes, and then
Oh,
eat them in his
that's what
treehouse,
he's saying
I guess.
to survive the zombie invasion.
Yeah, in
Right.
in the treehouse. I mean that's a good idea. I mean, yeah. I guess the Irish survived on mashed potatoes during the
That's
famine
better.
or whatever. Ooh.
Now we
See ourselves a lot.
yeah. Now we can see chat on there. I mean, there's some delay, of course, but actually,
Delay.
no, there's no delay on. I mean,
I'm making my own
it's
delay.
just that, but now I can't see.
Delay.
Now I can't see shit.
Bro, now I see you kind
Where's
of.
my mouse now?
See,
My mouse. Is
I always
now.
get whenever I do a live
There
stream.
we go.
Here's the thing, and even when I do my like live, or whenever I record myself doing comedy, I'm always self-conscious of like how I stand on stage because I obviously
Right.
my back is a little bit more
I'll have
crooked
to move the screen
not
over
crooked,
here
I should
first.
say. But I just have an arch in my back, and I have some balance issues. And like right now, I'm very self-conscious about how my hand looks on the screen because I feel like it looks out of place. So, you know, I guess it's one of those things of like trying to hide the disability a little bit, I guess. I probably shouldn't be that self-conscious, but I just kind of am somewhat. So I always am like more critical of my posture than of my actual set sometimes.
Right. Preview scaling, full screen. I'm just gonna put that on here. There we go. And now I should be able to. Oh, why is it now on a boat?
See,
it's not supposed to. Oh, okay. Let's close that here. I just want to get only the chat on here. There we go.
I got the chat open in my phone here too, so so don't worry too much.
This restream is giving me issues, man.
The last comment was it was Harry talking about mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
So we were talking about crypto, and I guess that's the thing I discovered today is that.
What did you discover?
Well, I didn't know that the Dogecoin had a lot to do with that dog meme that's going around.
That is called, that is the Dogecoin.
Because I think that the dog's name must be, I don't know, maybe the meme is spelled DOGE, so it's just dog with an E.
Yeah, that's what it is, really. That is really what it is.
I'm big chat now. What's that? Oh. I'm big chat. Oh, so are you leaving? There's a, I don't understand. Also, that's a, there's a, I don't know, what do you call it? Emoji? I don't know. It's kind of a weird, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm not too good with emojis now, but hey, type something in the chat.
Hello.
See if that works.
Oh.
So now we should get all the chat directly on here. And that is going to be a good setup for when we're streaming. I'll have to throw in some more firewood though. I'll be right back. Yeah. So now it gets Niek, can you?
Yeah.
So now just make sure that you always focus on here, and then we have good interaction with the chat.
No, I thought bigger chat on the screen. Oh yeah, we just set up this screen with our chat, so now I can see. Well, I see it on my phone as well, but now we've got this monitor, so we can see